On the Kelly's Mini Farm, there's always just a little bit of shonky handyman work going on. And the latest little venture, it's not this little munchkin, but a butchering table. And sorry for all you vegos out there, yes, I'm butchering my rabbits, humanely for meat for the family. It's going to suck and I'm not going to like doing it, but it's just a part of having a farm. And this is, the butcher table. So I just bought a sink for just $20. I'm sure I could have got one off the side of the road, but I couldn't find one for ages, so I got one for 20. And just making a little bit of a table. Basically what's going to happen, I'm going to cut that out there, and a garbage bin with a lined garbage bin, a lined bag is going to go underneath, and a shelf underneath. And there's going to be a post coming up here where I can hang the rabbit, and all the remains and everything can fall down straight into the bin with no mess. And this is where I can cut up and portion the meat, and I'm going to make a cutting block on top of that, and I can put a plug in that, and that's where I can soak the rabbits with a bit of salt. So yeah, this is kind of like a before shot, and then I'll do another video when it's finished. Starting to come together now. Got the bottom shelf in, all scrap from around the shed. The bin just fits underneath. Might just have to take a little bit more so the bin fits a bit easier, but it'll drop straight down into the bin. Looking good so far. Okay, you're not allowed to laugh at my handyman work, but it's nearly there. Got the little shelf underneath. What is your problem? Little alien eyes. Little shelf, and then the bin slides right under there. And then there's looking down, and that's where I'll soak the rebs. And in true Christian manner, there's a cross where I'm going to hang the rabbits. And this, I'm going to cut like a wedge in there and hang the feet up. And that's going to go 2 of them like that, and the angle of it will drop straight down in there. So there you go. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What a beautiful day. Alright, these are the 2 hangers, like where I hang their legs. And what I've done is I've just grinded holes in it for it. Hopefully it'll fit and they'll hold. See how I go. I'll just have to adjust if it's no good. And I've just cut out the chopping board, which kind of fits in around the silly hole I had. So it makes it all look nice and neat. Door slamming. And yeah, I'm going to screw that down. And that's good. And if you have a look, I've just made it so it's just a little bit off level, and it'll slope down that way just a little bit. That way I won't get there won't be a tendency for water to run down into the bin. It'll mostly just be stuff that I knock off when I'm chopping up on the board, and it'll go straight down into the bin that I flick in, but not the water, which will be a pain. So that should be good. Alright, pretty much finished. Put the chopping board on, it's nice and solid. Screw that down, and did a little knife holder and secateurs holder, just so everything's easy and accessible when I'm working. So yeah, all good. Time to set it in place. Alright, here's the finished product in place. If anyone wants any info on how I've done it, just send us a inbox message and I'll get back to you. But gee, it's pretty straightforward. I'm no handyman, that's for sure. Definitely not a carpenter. But yeah, I just made the frame that fits around the kitchen sink first. Put the legs on. Did the lower shelf, and everything kind of got supported by doing that. Yeah, basically just self-explanatory. Attached, put a what do you call it, like a joist going along the middle, then screwed the post into there, angle grinded out hole in the sink for the post, and I also, just to keep that post sturdy, I put a screw in on this bit of timber going through here, and that keeps the post nice and sturdy. Yeah, so that's my little homemade butchering table.